All right, so we're going to start from this upright position today. So if you are sitting on the floor, prop your hips up if you can. If you are sitting in a chair, let your feet be flat, so no legs crossed. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but you never know. Someone might not really think about that, but just as much surface area as you can provide your body, that connection to the earth. So wherever you are sitting, make the greatest connection that you can. Let yourself sink into whatever that connection looks like, and then lift out of it. So we'll find our nice upright posture. Maybe notice if you've been rounding, folding, protecting. I put my raincoat on and instantly my shoulders go like this, right? So finding that space and that opening through the heart. So we feel that little lift, dropping the shoulders away so we still feel like we're connecting to the earth through our sitting bones. Maybe closing your eyes if that feels like a safe thing for you to do, and then resting your arms in a comfortable position. Let's look first to the jaw before we invite a deeper breath, and make sure that we've released the jaw, the upper teeth from the lower teeth. Let the tongue float to the roof of your mouth. And if you can, breathe in and out through your nose. So feel yourself sitting here in your body. What is your body saying to you today? Notice the breath that flows through your body, just that automatic breath, that regular, steady, ever-present breath. What does that look like? And then we'll take control of that a little bit and begin to deepen the breath. So we're taking deep breaths in through the nose, long breaths out through the nose or the mouth. Deep breaths in through the nose, long breaths out through the nose or the mouth. And let the breath be something that also grounds you here. Your connection to the earth through your body, but also these long, deep breaths. And then when your thoughts float away and onto another subject other than your breath, bring the thoughts back to the breath, or your attention, your awareness back to the breath. How does the breath flow through your body? And then let's create an intention for our practice today. And let's let that go. So feel yourself sitting here, a completely empty vessel, ready to receive your practice, whatever it brings to you today. And then let's start with our first twist. We'll start right with the neck, turning the head side to side. So twisting through the cervical spine, back and forth. Of course, we're keeping the chin level to the floor as we do this. Kind of trying out the neck. How's the neck feel today? Is it flowing? Does it feel like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, a little bit stiff until we get a little oil, synovial fluid into the joints? And then let's bring the head to center. Let's lift the shoulders to the ears and we'll say hello to this part of our body. Oh, shoulders maybe your shoulders actually have something to say that you can hear with your ears, like the snap, crackle, pop variety of language. And then let's move to our arms, hands, and fingers. And so let's play the piano, organ, or whatever it is, the harpsichord, whatever it is you like to play with your fingers. Just move all of them. And you get some elbow and shoulder action there. And then let's reach up with one hand, big hand up, fist on the way down. And then the other side, big hand up and fist on the way down. So we'll go side to side a few times and just start to say hi to the rib cage a little bit. Hi, rib cage. We're going to do a couple more of these. Just reach it up, get your arm a little bit longer. And then let's come back to our center, change the cross of your legs if you're sitting cross-legged. And let's bring the hands right to the knees. We'll move to the spine. We'll do a little seated cat-cow here. So taking a breath and exhaling as we round, chin to chest, lifting the tail up towards the chin. Let's go the other way. Inhaling. So exhaling as we push ourselves into this little forward fold, and inhaling as we lift ourselves into the back bend. Let's do two more breaths. 2 in, 2 out. And we'll come right back up to the middle and circle around. So we'll do our spiraling. And we're taking our time. Like there's no rush here. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do but this. Feel yourself spiraling in this moment and changing direction. So moving the other way. We're going to go one more spiral around. And then let's move off of our blankets. We're going to bring our feet to the floor and we're just going to let our knees drop side to side. So you can do this in a chair too. You just won't go as far. So just that little side to side. So we start to get into our lumbar spine a little bit with a little rotation, but gentle. And then let's circle our ankles around. So we'll straighten out our legs so we can circle our ankles. And then the other way. And then let's sit up nice and tall on our sitting bones. So we're not on our blanket anymore unless you absolutely feel like you need to be on your blanket. You can be. We're going to do a rotation from here. So remember, we're going to let the pelvis move on the floor. Okay, which means when we turn, one of your legs is going to look like it's longer than the other one. So let's sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath, and as we exhale, we're going to go to the right first. Bring your left hand to your thigh, the right hand to the floor, and you're going to look at your back at your toes and see your left toes are a little bit in front of your right toes now. We'll take a look over the shoulder, and then let's turn the head and look back over the other shoulder. So we'll look to the left. And let's keep that rotation in the neck going again. So we're looking back and forth. You can let your eyes start to do a little bit of work here. Let them work a little bit to look a little bit further over each one of your shoulders. And then let's unwind the next time we breathe in. So your toes are now even to each other again. We're going to lengthen up, get nice and tall, heart is lifted, take a breath. As we exhale, we'll go to the left and we'll do the same thing. So just capturing the thigh with your hand as a little bit of a way to push yourself into a deeper twist. And then looking to the left, chin stays level to the floor, and then to the right. And remember, you can, if you want to, you don't have to, let your eyes help a little bit more. We'll recheck the jaw. It's been a long time since we checked in there. Make sure your jaw is loose. And then let's unwind on an in-breath. So coming all the way back around. Let's do a little tap with the legs. Just get a little energy moving in the legs. If you're in a chair, it might look more like this. And then let's inhale both arms up. We'll do a couple sun breaths. Exhale, float down. Don't want to forget arms and shoulders here. Inhale. We're breathing in. Exhale. Let it go. And let's do another one. Inhale. And exhale. And then let's interlace our fingers in the front. Press the palms out and up. And we're just going to sit up nice and tall here. So you feel your sitting bones on the floor on your chair. You're sitting right in the center of them. Legs can be soft or they can be bent. You could even be sitting cross-legged if you want. We're going to reach, reach, reach. Take another breath. And exhale, float your hands down. And then let's come to our hands and knees. Now, anything that we do here, if you're sitting in a chair, look what the spine is doing. And that's what you'll do. So you'll have to modify if we're doing rotations, if we're doing side bending, you'll follow what we're doing with the spine. In fact, let's start with a side bend. So we're going to let the hips rock one way, look over the opposite shoulder at your feet, back and forth. So if you're in a chair, you might want to do something like this. Okay, because that's exactly what we're doing with our spine. It's just that we have our hands on the floor and our knees on the floor. Let's go one more time in each direction. And then we'll come back through the center and let's do half dog from this position since we want to get into our shoulders and arms a little bit today. So we'll keep our hips right where they are. This is important. If you start to let your hips rock forward, it changes the stretch completely. So keep your hips over your knees, slide your hands forward, let your chest drop to the floor, lift up your tail, and let your chin or forehead find the floor. Or you might be just a little bit away from the floor, depending on what your shoulders will let you do. Let's breathe here. And then we'll walk the hands back not quite all the way under our shoulders because let's go to downward facing dog. Let's tuck our toes under and let's lift ourselves up into down dog. We can do a little walking. You can do down dog standing up and putting your hands on the back of your chair. That's a really nice downward facing dog. I love doing it that way. And then let's walk our feet forward towards our hands. So we're standing in our Uttanasana, the standing forward fold. We're going to bend the knees and stand up. Let's find our way into our old familiar mountain pose. So feeling the four corners of our feet and standing strongly on those four corners with a micro bend in your knees. Tail is dropping down so you feel the strength of your core. So a little engagement here. A lift through the heart, shoulders dropping down. Recheck your knees. Let your ears come back over your shoulders. Let's bring the hands to the heart and inhale, reach it up. We'll do some half sun salutations. We're going to get the sun to come out. Exhale, folding it over. Come partway up, taking a breath. And then exhale, fold. Let's breathe in as we come up. And exhale your hands into your heart. Inhale, let's reach. And then we fold. Heart way up, we'll take our breath. And then exhale, fold it over. Let's breathe in as we come up. Stretch big, get taller. Exhale your hands into your heart. Here we go again. Inhale. And folding. So it's like a swan dive right off the cliff. Let your head hang. And then come partway up, breathing. Fold it over. And up we come. Inhale. Exhale your hands to your heart. Let's do a quiet one. And then let's close our eyes and stand still. Take a breath through the nose and exhale it through your mouth. And then let's release our arms and take a step that's a little wide. Since we're doing some rotations today, let's just do our standing rotation. So I like to remind my feet to leave the mat when I'm doing this so that my knees stay happy. And get some nice rotation going here. And our arms get to go on a fun ride. Let's slow it down. And slow it down. And step it back to hip distance mountain pose. Let's do some balancing. So today, let's stand on the right foot. We'll bring the left knee right up into the chest. I'm challenged on this side because some of you don't know, but I sprained my big toe. So you can see it's challenging my balance today. So I'm going to keep my big toe on the floor. The rest of you are going to bring your knee right into your chest and hold it there. Keep your heart lifted up and breathe. And let's release. And we come back to center. So I'm going to get my chair. And the next balancing posture we do, I'm going to show you how to improvise when you have an injury like I have. Okay, so let's stand on the left foot. The right knee comes up and we're going to bring it right up into the chest, lifting up through the heart center, keeping the face soft and relaxed. And breathe. And let's release. Nice. Coming right back into mountain pose. Okay, we're going to do stork pose. Actually, I want my chair over here. Okay, so I'm going to use a chair because I have an injury, which precludes me from standing on my right foot. So I'm going to come to my left big toe and then just come into stork pose, but I'm going to hold on to the chair. The other arm I'll lift up. Those of you who don't have an injury, you might try lifting both of your arms up. But I'm going to hold on to a chair. And this is, of course, available to you in every single balancing posture that we do, a modification. We're breathing. And let's release. Okay, don't need my chair on the other side, so I'm going to move it out of the way. Let's stand on the left foot. We'll bring the right knee up. Thigh comes towards parallel. Maybe it doesn't get there all the way, but wherever you can get. We find our gaze point, which keeps our ears over our shoulders. Let's breathe. And then let's release. All right, back to mountain pose we go, but let's take a wide step and let's do a couple of standing postures. We'll start with warrior two today. So let's turn the right foot to the short side of the mat, the left foot to the long side of the mat. I always feel strong and energized when I practice these warrior postures. Let's turn the shoulders to the long edge of the mat. We're going to bend the right knee. This gives us a chance to take a look. Knee over ankle, all I can see is my big toe. Arms are going to lift. We're gazing out over the right arm. So feeling that openness that we feel during mountain pose through the heart center. So we're not rounding forward. We're opening up, lifting up. This is going to strengthen our arms and our shoulders too. So taking a look out over your right arm. And then since we're doing rotations today, keep everything exactly as it is, but turn your head and look out over your left hand and arm. So now we're looking back behind us in our warrior. This is warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Let's look back over the right. And then we're going to straighten the leg. Take a big breath. And as we exhale, we're going to start to reach out into triangle. And when you feel like you can't go any further, your hand comes to your thigh, your shin, your foot, the floor, or a block. We're going to turn our attention to our shoulders. This is a rotation, which is why I'm doing it. Triangles are rotating posture, rotating through the lumbar. Let's lift up. Palm is turned out. We're looking up. So we get a rotation in two places in our spine. Breathing. You can soften up your right knee if you need to. And then draw your inner thighs toward one another as we release and come up. So nice strong core. Let's release the arms and go to the other side. Virabhadrasana 2 and Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left foot points to the short edge, right foot to the long edge. So make that adjustment. We're going to turn the shoulders to the long edge of the mat. Bend your left knee, knee over ankle. All I can see is my big toe. And then the arms will lift without hiking up shoulders to ears. So shoulders stay relaxed, heart stays open. Let's take a look out over the left arm. We'll take a couple breaths here. Feel the four corners of your feet here. So if you're rolling to the outside of your right foot, make that correction. And then let's turn the head and look back over your right arm. Tail is dropping down, so we're not losing the belly here in the front, but we've got nice firmness through the core. We're going to turn our head again to look to the left and then begin to straighten the leg. We're going to take a breath, and as we exhale, we're going to reach and reach and reach until we can't reach anymore. And then your left hand comes to one of those places I named before. Right arm lifts up, palm is out. We're taking a look. If you can, if you can't, then put your head where it's comfortable, but feel yourself lengthening from your tail to your crown, just like we do in all rotations. Breathe. And then squeeze your inner thighs together to come up. That is more of an energetic thing, by the way. Let's release the arms, is squeezing your inner thighs together. The momentum of the thighs is together. It helps you engage your core a little bit when you come up, so you're a little stronger coming up that way. All right, so let's turn all of our toes forward. We still are going to keep our wide stance. This is where we pay attention to the four corners of our feet again. We're going to hinge from the hip creases into the forward fold. Now, this is where I like to use my block. I'm going to do a rotation from this position. So I'm going to keep my hands on the block for now while I think about the bottoms of my feet and the four corners, while I decide whether I'm going to bend my knees or not, while I think about lengthening my spine and drawing my shoulders away from my ears. Take a breath in, and as we exhale, the right hand comes up and overhead. I'm going to take a look. Nice big breaths, nice long spine. Take another one. And then the next time you breathe in, we're going to let it go. And we're going to come back to our neutral position. Lengthen the spine, check your feet, check your knees, check your shoulders. Breathe in and exhale. Let's twist to the left. I've got my shoulders stacked, one on top of the other. I'm going to look up, although it's harder for me to rotate my head in this position, so I take note of that. Learning something about my body. And then let's inhale and exhale. And inhale to come back to our neutral position. We're going to walk our feet together, heel toe, heel toe. And then let's walk back into downward facing dog. And this time, let's not walk it. Let's spread our fingers nice and wide. Let's drop towards our heels. Let's let our head hang. And then we're going to come down to our knees, back to our heels, and we're going to take a nice little rest in extended child's pose. So you could put your head on a block here if you don't want to put it on the floor. You could rest it in your hands. Or some of you will like that feeling of getting your head all the way down to the floor. Try to let go of all the tension in your body and concentrate on breathing and sending your breath into your back. The next time you breathe in, let's come up through, I'll say through Vajrasana. We're going to let our hips rock over to the right side of our feet. So you've got your feet over here. on the left side of your body. We're sitting like a mermaid on a rock. We're going to take hold of the left ankle or put your left hand on the floor. Right arm is going to lift up on an in-breath. And as we exhale, we're going to go ahead and lengthen out towards the left side, keeping our shoulders stacked. So we get a nice big lateral bend here. Breathe into it. And then we'll inhale to release. So coming back to the center, and exhale to rotate. So we'll add a rotation here. Shoulders relaxed away from ears. My chin is dropping down just a little bit. And then let's inhale to come back through the middle. Let's flip our little tail to the other side. Put your feet in a comfortable position. We're sitting up nice and tall, taking hold of the right ankle this time, or just putting your hand on the floor. Left arm lifts, take a breath. And as we exhale, oh, that big stretch over to the left side. Breathing. Now, the next time you breathe in, let's let go of that. And as we exhale, we'll just go right into the twist. So twisting to the left, dropping the chin just a little. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and soft. Big breaths. And then let's release on an in-breath and come all the way back around. Let's straighten out our legs. So we're going to do honoring the earth pose. In a chair, you'll just do a regular rotation. You might be able to, I'll jump up in the chair and try to help you out with a variation. So we're sitting, don't sit on your blanket or your pillow right yet. We're going to keep our sitting bones on the floor. I'm going to take a breath. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate to the right. So we're in our regular little rotation. We're going to keep our feet together here, though. Our little rotation. Your right hand is on the floor. Bring it back a little further and bend it. Okay, so now you're reclining and you're rotating. We're going to drop the chin down towards the chest. That's where you'll stay. In a chair, what I might suggest is trying to straighten out your legs. Find the back of the chair and drop your chin down towards your chest like this. So this could be your variation on what we're doing. Pretty close. Breathe to where you feel the sensation of stretch in your body. And then we're going to straighten out the arm, lift up the head, and unwind, and come back to the center. Do the same thing on the other side. So we'll find our sitting bones first. We're going to take a breath and rotate to the left. So that takes our left hand into a nice position. We're just going to slide it back a little further and bend the elbow. So now we're rotating with a little lean back, and we'll drop the chin down to the chest finally. That'll take us across the whole back, hopefully, and into the neck. And let's hang out here. And then let's Straighten out the arm, lift up the head, and we'll unwind and come back to the center. Now you can sit on your blanket or pillow, whatever you want, because we're going to move to eagle arms. So legs in any position that you like, on a pillow, on a blanket, totally fine, because we're going to be here for eagle arms. So get yourself comfortable. Let's inhale and open up the arms. As we exhale, the left will come under the right. All right, and some of you will just go ahead and keep twisting and your palms will come together, and some of you will be more here or here. We're going to lift up the elbows, drop the chin to the chest. Relax the jaw. I also like to relax my hands. Breathing into the big space in your back. And the next time you breathe in, we're going to open up the arms, flap our wings, pretend like we're a giant eagle, and then cross right under left. Usually when we're doing things side to side, asymmetrically with shoulders or hips is when we learn about our shoulders and our hips. So what have you learned about your shoulders just in the last few moments? Let's lift up our elbows, drop our chin down to the chest. And the next time you breathe in, let's lift it up. And float it down. Let your fingertips stay on the floor. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Let your let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder and walk your left hand away. And then let's turn and look at the shoulder, the right shoulder. Keep your jaw soft. And then back out again. We'll slide the hand in, lift the head to center. Let's take one breath here, in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to take another breath here. And exhale the left ear towards the left shoulder and walk the right hand away. Now let's turn the head. A couple breaths here. And back out again. Let's lift the head to center. We'll slide the hand back next to us. Let's take a breath in through the nose, blow it out through the mouth. Let's do that twice more. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. So you're really letting go, letting go, letting go when we exhale through the mouth. I feel like I can let go of a lot of things. All right, let's come to our back. However you want to get there. I'm going to use my abdominals today. I feel like I had one too many chocolate mousses. All right, so to the floor we go. Let's do bridge pose. Let's bring our hands to the floor next to us. Let's bring our feet under our knees, hip distance apart. We're looking at the ceiling, eyes stay on the ceiling. Let's inhale and lift. Let's go in and out and exhale and lower. So if you're sitting in a chair and you're not on the floor, you could be doing a seated cat-cow at this as we do this. So inhaling as we lift up and exhaling as we lower down. So do a few more on your own. Let's all do one more. And then let's straighten out our legs. Let's cross your right ankle over your left ankle. So your legs are straight, but your ankles are crossed. We're going to cross them the other way too. So if you get it wrong the first time, it doesn't really matter. So we're going to lift one hip and then the other. So essentially, we're just rocking our hips side to side. And you'll notice that you really have to use your core to do this. So we're doing a little core strengthening here, the little side to side, little rotation. Keep breathing. We haven't done this for a long time. And then let's come to the center. We'll uncross and we'll cross the other way. And again, just that little rotation side to side. So you have to use your abdominals. You have to use your back muscles. And then let's come back to the center, uncross by pulling knees towards you, but we'll keep our hands on the floor. We're going to circle our knees. And we're going to stay with the core a little bit here. If this is too much for you, put your hands on your knees. If you're sitting in a chair, you're circling from your torso with your feet on the floor. Or you could lift up your knees and do what we're doing. It'll be harder in a chair. Let's circle the other direction. And then we'll put our feet on the floor. We're going to cross the right leg over the left leg. So if you're in a chair, you can cross your legs. You're going to do a forward fold over your legs. The rest of us are going to pick up our knees and draw them towards our chest, either holding onto your ankles or holding onto your left shin, or wrapping a strap around both of your legs and pulling them closer to your chest. Try to relax your shoulders back to the floor so they're not working and they're not tensing up next to your ears. Big breaths. We can't neglect our hips the entire class. So let's go ahead and release. If you're sitting in a chair, keep your legs crossed. We're going to slide our arms out to the T position and let our knees drop over to the left. If you're in the chair, your right leg is crossed over your left, you're going to turn to the right. So just a little rotation to the right. Now let's unwind. Let's uncross. Let's straighten our pelvis. And we're going to cross the left leg over the right leg. Same 2 stretches. We'll take hold of the ankles, or you've got your hands wrapped around your right shin. Again, here's some time to take in information about your asymmetrical body. I feel this hip screaming when the other hip was purring. Relax your shoulders, neck, and face. Now let's release. Arms slide to T. We'll let the knees drop over to the right side this time and turn your head to the left. Soften through the hips. Soften through the shoulders. And then let's bring the knees back through the middle. Let's uncross, straighten the pelvis, and then let's pull both of our knees to our chest. Little rock. And if there's anything else you want to add to your practice today, in these last few moments before relaxation, offer to yourself what you need. If you feel pretty good, time to move to relaxation for you, then go ahead and move to relaxation or stay here and rock. And we're all going to eventually find our way to that place that we can relax and let go the best. Getting yourself as comfortable as you possibly can with as many props as you need. We feel the places where our body and the floor are touching, our body and the earth are touching. We allow ourselves to sink in, to soften, and to release any tension that we are capable of releasing just by putting our attention and our awareness on it. Continuously letting go until you find that place where you can be completely still and almost forget that you've got a body. You're that quiet, that still, that comfortable. Letting go and letting go again and again and again. And then once more. Now deepening your breath again. We'll let our fingers and toes move. And then bending one knee and then the other. Let's roll to the right side. We'll come into fetal position and just hang out here for a moment. Feel what it's like to be in your body now after this hour of practice, this hour of breathing. Let's invite gratitude for your body and all of the wonderful things it does and perceives and experiences, and gratitude for the breath that allows it to be possible, and for a practice that keeps moving us, keeps making us stronger, more flexible, more present. And then pushing yourself all the way to seated. We'll bring our hands together in front of the heart as we close our practice together today. Feel the breath moving through your body. Feel the energy moving through your body. Here, honor yourself for who you are, just as you are, just as you were intended to be. We honor each other in the same way. We honor all people and all the creatures of the earth. We honor this earth and feel gratitude for the many gifts that we enjoy in abundance every day. We feel our connection to each other, to all people, to all beings, and to all things on earth. And let's share our voices in the sound of our practice, in the sound of Om, taking a deep breath together. Ah. May peace, joy, love, compassion, and gratitude fill your heart today and every day to overflowing. Namaste. And thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to pick a card for us here. I love these cards, but the artwork, I like the artwork, but it's not like some of those other ones that are, oh my gosh, just so squirrely and squirrely, not squirrely, scrolly. That's the word I was looking for. All right, I do not need to wait until I become perfect before I love myself. Loving myself is the quickest way to create a wonderful life. As I learn to love myself, I become powerful. Beautiful. So I like that first sentence. I do not need to wait until I become perfect before I love myself. I think that those are beautiful words to live by, because surprise, surprise, nobody thinks they're perfect. I mean, maybe there's somebody out there that thinks they are, you know. I mean, we could probably all think of somebody that we think thinks they're perfect, but deep down, I do believe that we all think that we're imperfect, but we were created just the way we were supposed to be. So
thank you.
love yourself. All right. I'm glad that hit the spot. That's wonderful. And let's
Happy
see
New
what else.
Year.
Happy New Year. Oh, thank you, everybody. All right. Thank you. Happy New Year. I will be here
Yeah.
Saturday, and it will still be this year. So I hope to see some of you. Have a good day.